Hello, hello. Welcome to another painting session. As usual, if you are in the middle of your own piece or craft of some kind, I hope this is a good excuse to grab it and create alongside me. Today I'm going back to Yellowstone yet again because apparently my brain can't get enough of the landscapes there. This time, though, I'm painting a scene I haven't tried before based on one of my favorite photos that I took during my time there. I'm using my usual ink pen and ink for the ink layer, and then once that's dry, I'll go back in with watercolor. Yellowstone is a very large park, and the first day we were there, we took the afternoon to drive around a bunch of the areas that we weren't going to be hiking in so that we could see those too. We ended up seeing a good portion of Lamar Valley, which is one of the main areas where a lot of bison are concentrated. Like the herds live there and they just sort of roam around. I had never seen bison before, at least like not in the wild, so it was really cool to see them just hanging out literally everywhere. They were truly all over the place and also sort of just often chilling in the street, which is an interesting thing to navigate. It was also a little bit hazy while we were there because there were fires. I think they were a state over, and it wasn't bad enough that we had to be concerned about like being outside. It was the kind of thing where in the moment you weren't necessarily feeling the smoke in the air or noticing it very much, but you could see a bit of haze in a photo like from farther away. It was when it was really noticeable, you know? So I got this photo that I loved of a few bison in a field with the hills behind them, and there was almost an abrupt line when the haziness started to really be visible, which is what really drew me to this image and prompted me to want to try to paint it. So here we are. This scene is sort of on the simpler side with a more muted color palette, and when things are simpler, it's even more important to really get the details right if you want it to look the way you're picturing in your mind. I get impatient and I don't like making thumbnail sketches, even though I know they're important. I did make one for this piece to figure out the colors, and it was very helpful, which is, I always have to admit to myself sort of begrudgingly because I don't like that they're helpful because I don't like doing them. But I wanted to keep the color palette for this one fairly limited. Yellow ochre will be doing a lot of heavy lifting here, as well as sap green and perylene green. I'm trying to build up the layers here slowly and carefully to really get the textures in properly, especially in the front, and then letting them fade back into the hazy background. And of course, we can't forget about the bison who were all grazing in this photo. I do love bison. They're such funny looking creatures. In the future, I might have to explore some of the photos I have of them hanging out in the road, because those were pretty fun. In here, they're at a bit of a distance. As I finish this piece up, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me through this process. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more from me. If you were working alongside me, I'd love to hear what you were working on. And if you've been to Yellowstone, I would love to hear about any bison encounters that you may have had. I'll leave all of the supplies I used for this linked in the description below in case you want to check any of them out. If you'd like another painting process video, I'll link another one in the description below as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.